On 28th of December 2018, Datuk Seri Zulkifli Abdullah, then Director General of the National Anti-Drugs Agency, reports that more than 1,700 secondary school students tested positive for drug use nationwide. Hi, my name is Adrian. Drug use, abuse and addiction often begins early in life. Today I'll be talking about why drug abuse is one of the most important concerns among youngsters today. For this talk, I'll be defining drug abuse as the use of illegal, prescription or over-the-counter drugs for purposes other than which they were meant to be used. The issue of drug abuse is well and alive in Malaysia. According to statistics from the National Anti-Drugs Agency, there were 95,505 drug abusers and addicts recorded in Malaysia alone from January to June of 2020, 64.8% of them being youths aged 19 to 39. This brings me to the main reason why drug abuse is one of the most important concerns among youngsters. Most drug abusers are youngsters. Youngsters are at a higher risk of drug use and abuse. Why is that so? Well, for one, they are more impulsive and more likely to take risks. Studies have shown that they have weaker connections between two very important parts of the brain, the dorsolateral prefrontal cortex and the striatum. The former responsible for executive functions like planning and attention, and the latter for motivation and reward. Combining this fact with social pressure, ease of access, a lack of knowledge, family and academic issues, and a natural predisposition for addiction, and one can easily fall into the trap of trying out drugs and subsequently abusing them and becoming dependent on them. And because their brains are still developing, habits are acquired and reinforced faster, and thus, the earlier one starts taking drugs, the greater the likelihood that he or she will become a full-blown addict later in life. It is for this reason that education on drug abuse and addiction has to take place early in life, and also the reason drug abuse is one of the most important concerns among youngsters. Today, the youth make up a large portion of society, but tomorrow they will become society itself. As the age of the internet progresses and more information and resources become available for public consumption, there is hope for a more knowledgeable and well-equipped society. And yet the internet has also allowed for the rampant dissemination of misinformation and disinformation, and existence of underground marketplaces for the distribution of illegal substances. I'll end this talk with a message. Drug abuse has been correlated with higher chances of involvement in crime, early death, mental illness, social seclusion, and generally worse outcomes in life. If we do not tackle the issue of drug abuse among youngsters today, we could be giving way to a dysfunctional society and a bleak, dystopian future. How we put an end to this is a talk for another day, but one thing's for certain. Drug abuse is one of the most important issues facing not just youngsters, but society and the future of humanity. Thank you.